Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's episode, I'm going to take a deep dive into the cryptocurrency known as Realio network. So Realio is a real world asset crypto. Just to be clear, this is not financial advice. This is for educational and entertainment purposes only. So here we have the Realio network website. As you can see here, the token price is up 10% today. The market cap is coming in at 16.41 million. Now, in my opinion, I think this is the fully diluted market cap, as you can see in coin market cap. If we go down to fully diluted market cap, 16.4 million. Number of holders is just slightly over 10,000. So you can see the Rio supply and block rewards. So it has a nice steep supply increase, but then it kind of levels out. So it has a supply cap of 75 million. Rio supply pre-mine was 45 million, and total initial circulating is now 45 million. So that's good to see that the majority of the token supply is released. So as you can see here, this is its Twitter page. It has 42.9 thousand followers. So in light of Larry Fink's statement back in the early part of this year, where he said,
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of the huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
This really brought the real world assets narrative to life. Just to show you Larry Fink's influence, just have a listen to this clip right here.
How much, Joe, have you looked at, Larry Fink, Soros, State Street, Vanguard, BlackRock? How much have you looked at what they're doing and what their ties are?
I've looked at it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
They're pretty much running everything.
Yeah.
S&P 500, the number that 88% of the companies on S&P 500, 88% of them, the largest shareholder of those companies is either State Street, BlackRock, or Vanguard. 88% of them, okay? These guys essentially have a monopoly. Well, how big is BlackRock? $10 trillion. How big is $10 trillion? Only two countries have a bigger GDP than what BlackRock has, assets under management, US and China. That's how big BlackRock is. We say we have a commander-in-chief, but really the commander-in-chief is Larry Fink today. The guy running BlackRock is really the president of the United States, if we look at the kind of influence he's got in every industry, Joe.
So you can't argue that RWA, real world assets, cryptos are going to be a hot narrative in the next bull run. So Realio is trying to eliminate the barriers to invest in, trade and leverage digital real world assets through DeFi. Realio partners with 250 million Valentis fund to tokenize institutional grade investment opportunities. Established by Wall Street veterans and blockchain experts, Realio and Valentis, the new SEC compliant peer-to-peer ecosystem, Valentis Digital, seeks to make institutional quality investments accessible to everyday investors. So if you're wondering where can you purchase the Realio token, you can purchase it on MEXC, BingX, Uniswap, and OKX. When I do research on cryptocurrencies, I like to find projects are trying to solve a problem. So what Realio is trying to do is to tokenize real estate and put it on the blockchain. So this is their team. They're all fully doxed. I'm not going to read through them all, but they're highly qualified and skilled individuals. And I'm sure they're very capable of achieving their goals. So I will leave a link of this website in the description if you want to take a look at it for yourselves. So this was a post from medium.com. The future of real estate investing is digital. So this was posted back in 2020. Now there has been some updates since then, but I'm just going to give you a quick read through this article here, and it'll give you a better idea of what the Realio network is trying to achieve. So real estate is quite simply the largest asset class in the world. HSBC released a report back in July 2017. In it, they calculated that the global real estate market was worth $228 trillion. To give you some context, the value of all the gold ever mined has been estimated to be around $7.5 trillion. Despite being the most affluent space in the world, the industry still runs like a rudimentary pen and paper business. However, it looks like some of the industry's biggest pain points can be organically solved with blockchain integration. Problems with traditional real estate, the barriers to entry. So, especially in times like this when interest rates are so high, even the price of housing is through the roof, not every person can invest in real estate. No transparency. Real estate is notorious for being an opaque space. Many people have used real estate to launder their dirty money or escape paying taxes. Real estate is riddled with different intermediaries who charge their own fees, paying all the exchange fees, transfer fees, broker fees, attorney fees, taxes, investment fees, etc. Can completely blow your budget. Bribing officials to charge the terms stated in the property agreement is a prevalent practice. No liquidity. Finally, we come to the biggest problem with real estate. It is extremely illiquid. How many times have you heard or seen people struggling to sell their houses? It is nearly impossible to convert your real estate to cash instantaneously. The blockchain solution. Blockchain has three unique properties that solve these issues pretty organically: decentralization, immutable, transparency. Blockchain use cases, tokenization. One of the core use cases of blockchain technology is tokenization. A token can be thought of as a digital representation of a real world asset. Like real estate, this can exponentially increase the liquidity of traditional illiquid assets. By tokenizing real estate and selling them in an exchange, it will be possible for users to own a fraction of a property, lowering the barriers to entry to a considerable extent. As per the World Economic Forum, over 10 trillion of the world's assets will be stored as tokens in the next 10 years. So the Realio network is broken up into three different cryptocurrency tokens. So the one we're talking about today is Rio. Then they have RUSD, which is just a stable coin, and then RST, which is kind of a hybrid security. So we'll dive deep into all three just right now. Rio is pure utility token. Rio can be used for paying fees, for creating and issuing tokens for projects, listing them on RelioX, trading, fee payments, discounts, etc. There is no ICO, initial coin offering, or founder pre-mine associated with Rio. RSUD. So this is a stable coin backed 1-to-1 to the US dollar that's held in reserve by Realio's custodial partner, Prime Trust. So since this article was posted back in 2020, they have updated their custodial partner. So instead of it being Prime Trust, it's now partnered with Fortress. The RST token, a first of its kind hybrid security utility token that offers ownership and profit sharing rights over the network. It's based on the Algorand standard asset ASA design and has been designed for interoperability with other supported blockchains. So the Rio token is just the utility token. So basically, it's going to be used for paying fees. And there's also this burn mechanism. In order to tokenize assets on the blockchain, it has to burn some of its supply. So in theory, that will cause some supply shock and will increase the price. To get involved with the RST token, unfortunately, you have to register and KYC. Now, I'm not 100% sure, but by the looks of things, you probably have to be also a registered investor. Now, this is unfortunate because it's kind of going against to what they're trying to achieve. Very hard to compete with the strict regulations with SEC. So, but I also think it's very smart that they have the two coin offerings. So retail investors like you and me can still get exposure to this token by buying the Rio token. With the narrative being so strong, I'm sure the Rio token will do well in the next up and coming bull run. But besides all that, you can stake both coins. So Rio and RST both can be staked on the platform. Now, I do know that Rio was minted on the Cosmos blockchain, SDK. I like to see that this blockchain is interoperable, meaning that it can work on many chains. Current integrations include Ethereum, Stellar, Ravencoin, Fusion, BNB Smart Chain, and Algorand. So the Realio network also has this Realioverse. So Realioverse is a real-world themed, design-driven, open-source city environment in the Metaverse. It enables you to buy, sell, and build land parcels in all major cities across virtual Earth. Intersecting AR, VR, and gaming infrastructure, the Realioverse is the rails to truly unify physical and virtual realities to unlock the next level of innovation. Now, in my opinion, the metaverse was a huge narrative in previous bull run. Now, I'm not exactly sure how it will perform in the next up and coming bull run, but we will have to wait and see. Rio Utility Roadmap. At network launch, delegating to Rio network validators for block rewards, transactions and asset tokenization fees on the Realio network. Forthcoming, super staking, fee burning, rev share, osmosis, multi chain bridges, developer outreach incentives, DeFi mortgage market, and blockchain permittance. As I find out more about this project, I will make another video and I will keep you updated. So I'd advise you to subscribe. So, my overall conclusion on this project is I feel like out of all the real world asset cryptos that I've gone through, this is probably coming out as one of my favorites. Now, I'm not sure, I haven't made up my mind if I like the two different coin offerings, the RIO token and the RST token. But I do like that it is SEC compliant. Any revenue generated by the real estate companies will get passed down to the RST holders. Now, the fact that you have to KYC in order to take part in that token, it does look good for the regulators if they were to regulate this project. Now, it is kind of smart by the Realio network to have two coins because for retail investors like you and me, even just to get a little bit of exposure, there's no harm in investing in the Rio token because it has that burn mechanics and it's used for generating fees. Because in order to tokenize assets on the blockchain, it has to burn some of the supply. So, in my opinion, with this token coming in with a fully diluted market cap of like $16 million, I think there's no harm putting it on your watch list. It is a high risk token, but there is a solid narrative behind it. And you can also stake it to earn extra yield. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Are you bullish on Rio? What's your thoughts on real world assets? What other real world asset cryptos are you looking into? Leave them in the comments below. Due to the SEC coming down with harsh regulations on crypto, I don't think there's any way to get around the KYC. I think this is just how they are going forward with it for now. And maybe in the future, they might be able to change some of the rules. But having a two-tier kind of token system, I think that's probably the best way that they can do it. If you'd like me to take a deep dive into any other token, just leave it down in the comments and I will get to it as soon as possible. And if you like this video, maybe you want to check out this one coming up in your screen right now, where I take a deep dive into the cryptocurrency known as Trias. I want to thank you for watching and I will see you in the next video.